Movies worth watching and watching again. These are movie gems.
Shh, it's starting.
You know, it's a treat to sit down to a great movie. But do you have trouble finding a worthwhile film you can watch with your family and friends? I'm Jay Fulmer, and I'm here to help. Let me recommend Oscar. When I first saw this movie, I was certainly not expecting to be greeted by a claymation version of an aria from The Barber of Seville. But a comic opera is just what's in store for us when the curtain rises. Sylvester Stallone plays Angelo Snaps Provolone, or as his elocutionist pronounces it,
Mr. Provolone.
He's a gangster in New York in the 1930s who promises his dying father that he will give up a life of crime and go straight.
That's so you won't forget.
In his attempt to walk a new honest path, Snaps has to deal with a series of comic misunderstandings involving his accountant, his wanderlust-stricken daughter, a case of mistaken identity, a fake pregnancy, tailors who are definitely not assassins, and all sorts of other shenanigans. It all starts one morning, the day that Snaps is planning to become a banker and meet with financial leaders to chart his new, respectable career path. But the adjustment is hard on his old crew.
You mug stop calling me boss, it ain't respectable.
Sorry, boss.
Interrupting the morning is his accountant, Anthony, a crafty young man who wants to marry Snaps' daughter, Teresa. The problem is, Snaps only has one daughter, and her name is Lisa. Interesting. I wonder why Teresa told Anthony that she was Snaps' daughter.
Because I wanted Anthony to think that I came from a wealthy family.
Snaps' real daughter, Lisa, played by the incomparable Marissa Tomei, is a handful. In an attempt to get out of the house and on her own, she lies that she's pregnant by the mobster's former chauffeur, Oscar, and now since Oscar is missing, Snaps has to find a way to marry her off before it's too late. There are also the interchangeable bags to keep track of, which respectively contain jewels, cash, and the maid's underwear. And of course, they are mixed up over and over again.
What? This is all very confusing.
Snaps hires a very strange elocution coach, Dr. Poole.
Dr. Poole!
Dr. Poole?
Hello? Get back in the room!
This is so he can speak properly and learn to use words like expeditious in professional discourse. He tries to be civil to his accountant even when he learns that the accountant has appropriated Snaps' money so that he can be rich enough to marry Snaps' daughter. All the while, the cops watch the intensifying drama from across the street, waiting to make a bust. In keeping with the stage play feel, the story is largely confined to Snaps' enormous home, with the gangster playing host to a multitude of visitors during this unusually active day. The film respects the velocity of misunderstandings and misdirections, taking the action all over the property, tracking Snaps as he moves from room to room, encountering new additions to his personal list of things to worry about. The fun of Oscar is watching the movie work itself into a lather, keeping Stallone front and center as Snaps' lackeys take orders, his loved ones keep secrets from him, and numerous visitors stop by to take care of business, legitimate and otherwise. Oscar's a throwback to the 1930s style of wacky, zany comedies that we don't get enough of these days. The whole thing has a very Looney Tunes sensibility, even with a character at one point threatening someone by saying,
Why, I oughta.
And some of the jokes aren't far above the knock-knock level.
Angelo, please. Not in front of the help.
Trust me, he's no help.
But I still think it's funny. And even then, the jokes are at least fast and furious. Not every gag hits home, but so much of Oscar really works. If you don't get joy out of seeing Tim Curry as the ghastly elocution coach, then I don't know what to tell you.
Come on in. The boss been expecting you.
Aldo, do you realize what you just did?
What?
You used the past participle without a modifier. Aldo's a treasured trove of linguistic anomalies.
Stallone particularly gets an undeservedly bad rap for this movie, but I'd argue that he fits the role rather well. He's funny in his own right, but any exasperation the actor may have had trying to keep up with a deeply talented supporting cast only enhances his role as a mob boss trying to keep his head above water during a crazy day where nothing goes right. Particularly good among the comic performers are Harry Shearer and Martin Ferrero as two tailors, the Fanucci brothers, who are mistaken for hitmen because a newspaper photo of a favorite client shows him shot full of holes. But they're just so excited that the dead man is wearing their suit. Also, Chaz Palminteri as the familiar dim hood who can't keep up with any of what's been going on.
Connie M's great.
Can't I stick around, boss? Every time I leave, I fall behind.
And let's not forget Peter Riegert as Aldo, the second in command who provides a touch of class by trying to play the butler angle to a T, regardless of the way he talks.
Oh, right. I think you put it in the library. Park it in here, Fritz. Let me show you the door. There's the door!
Oscar has a theatrical energy that's silly, unexpected, and fun, especially for one who's willing to dive headfirst into the chaos of this comic opera, and just enjoy it for what it is. I do, every time I watch it. Oscar came out in 1991. It has a runtime of 1 hour and 49 minutes and is rated PG. I would give this movie 8 gems. Well, what do you think? Would you like to try it out? You can probably find this film at your local library, but you can also watch it through streaming online. Just type your movie title into the search bar and include the word streaming. You'll see results showing where you can rent it, or perhaps it's already on a streaming service you subscribe to. Once you watch it, come on back and tell us what you thought in the comments section. If you're already a fan of the movie, tell us in the comments what you loved about it and encourage others to watch it too. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of new episodes as they come out. See you next time for more Movie Gems.